Hello guys, this is Vaish. So this is the fifth episode of 2020 analysis, and it is very important for every serious aspirant to watch this video because questions comes directly from previous year papers. Okay, in the last episode also I told you 2021 question directly with little more detailing was asked in 2021. Okay, so same like that 2020-21 questions will come for 2022, 23, 24 prelims also. So please watch all the episodes. So here if you see the question number 41. Okay, the first question. And today's episode, I'll tell you there are many debatable questions. There are many factual questions which you have no other option but to just by heart what UPSC is telling the answer key. Okay, because you may have other answers. Coaching institute will tell you other answer, but you have to believe the UPSC answer key. Okay, this first question itself is a research paper material kind of question. Carbon nanotube. Okay, so you can study a little bit about that, but you cannot study everything about that. Okay, and they are asking you detailed question. Usually, four statement questions are easy, but this was a difficult question. Okay, because the options had 1 2 3 4. Okay, usually they will never give 1 2 3 4 as an option. So here if you see carbon nanotubes are biodegradable. So most students and coaching institutes thought that okay, carbon, so it is not biodegradable, so eliminate 4 and directly get the answers 1 and 2. Okay, but that is a wrong method and it's a wrong answer. Okay, and many people thought like okay, it is in biochemical sensor, so 3 has to be there. And everywhere if you see it is a scientific invention, they're telling they can be, they can be, they can be. Okay, usually science questions, scientific, any innovation or any new invention, it can be or may be used for any kind of thing. Okay, any wide possibility is possible, but UPSC here answer key has given something different. Okay, here answer is given as 1 3 and 4, in which they have eliminated 2. Okay, here if you see they can be made into artificial blood capillaries for an injured part of human body. This if you Google, actually there is a possibility of making artificial blood capillary, but it is unsafe. Okay, but they can be made into is actually true, but for some reason UPSC has told this as wrong and the remaining statements as true. Okay, so I'll show you the explanation also. So if you see here, they can be used as carriers of drugs and antigens in the human body. They are telling true. They can be used in a biochemical sensor. True. And they are biodegradable. So when you Google the fact, if you see targeted drug delivery, that it is carrying everything through human body, that is possible. And then more detailing I have given, like it as a case it will act and it can be wrapped up. So it can be used for delivering something safely, okay, in the human body. Then second one, blood compatible carbon nanotube, okay, based neoproteoglycan. This is a potential, and it is tried also artificial blood vessel, but it is causing blood clotting and it is unsafe. So maybe that is the reason they told statement 2 is wrong. Okay, so these are Googled facts I'm telling. Now Delhi researchers have made a carbon nanotube based sensor. Okay, so biochemical sensor is possible. Okay, and NASA also is doing something related to biomarker signature and sensor and all. So this is definitely true. Okay, third one is definitely true. Now the last one, if you see, it has been demonstrated that functionalized carbon nanotube can be degraded by oxidative enzymes. So the fourth one is it's degradable, so it is true. So answer is 1 3 and 4. This statement alone, because maybe of the safety problem, this is wrong. Okay, now this one is a very easy question, again science question kind of thing, where application of something is asked. Okay, they're asking you like drones can be used in which of the following field. So ideally when this kind of things comes, okay, always it's 1 2 3. Okay, every time this kind of question come, so this is 1 2 3. So for spraying pesticides on a crop field you can use it. Okay, in developed countries it is used. Then in the volcanoes it can be used for monitoring active volcano thing also, that is also done in many countries. And the last one, if you see, collecting breath samples from spouting whales for DNA analysis. So in US and Canada, such an experiment was done few years back. So that UPSC took it up and made a statement. Okay, so this will be from one common research paper which somebody wrote. They got examples and they made a question. Okay, so this you are not expected to go and study in detail, but in the exam hall, you should have the common sense to apply it and tell the answer as 1 2 3. Okay, so if you do that analysis of whale, you will get to know what is microbiome, and you will know how different is a healthy whale and a sick whale. Okay, so that kind of research has been done in USA and Canada. Now question number 43, again a factual thing. You had to know the current affair or you have to by heart it. And the experiment will employ a trio of spacecraft flying in formation of the shape of an equilateral triangle that has sides 1 million kilometer long with laser shining between the craft. So which one is this? So if you see here, this New Horizon and LISA, already UPSC have asked question, okay, in the past, and Voyager 2 is in the news. And if you see here, answer is evolved ELISA. Okay, so this one, a Hindu article is directly there in which they have explained what is this ELISA project. So ELISA is a spectacular plan of setting into space 3 spacecraft, that is this trio, they are telling trio spacecraft, a mother and two daughter spacecraft which will fly in a triangular formation, okay, with a distance of, if you see, over 50 million kilometer and all. That is what is mentioned here. Okay, so this is a Hindu article picked up item. So if you follow current affairs regularly or follow a test series properly, you will get to see it. Okay, but still ABCD questions are little difficult because it's factual, and in case you couldn't do it also, it's okay. Okay, but expect such questions. Okay, one science related ABCD question also will come in the exam hall for sure. Now consider the following statements. Genetic changes can be introduced in the cells that produce eggs or sperms of a prospective parent. A person's genome can be edited before the birth. And here if you see, human induced pluripotent stem cell can be. So this can, whenever I told scientific something, if they tell can be, it should be true. Everything should be true. Okay. Only in that one particular question which I showed you, carbon nanotube, this did not apply. Okay. But here this can be, everything is true. So each statement when I Google, I'll get explanations like this. Okay. These three things are the UPSC statements. So when we Google it, we are directly getting it that all these things are possible and there are examples for it. So this explanation why I am showing you is that so that you can read this, and in case any new question comes about this germline mutation or any controversially things which happened here. If you see, Chinese scientists are creating CRISPR babies, okay, meaning they're editing the genome before the birth itself in the early stage. And here this pig, dog, mouse, rat, all these things are used, rabbit and all used in our this thing because it is compatible. Okay, so that is possible, and that is also in Google you will get it. So here answer is 1, 2 and 3. So these kind of things, as I told, when science can be is there, 99% it will be true only. Okay. Now, what is the importance of using this pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in India? These vaccines are effective against pneumonia as well as meningitis and sepsis. Dependence on antibiotics that are not effective against drug resistance bacteria can be reduced. These vaccines has no side effect and cause no allergic reaction. This obviously everybody will know it is a false and blunder statement, because there is no vaccine in the world which will have like 0% side effect or 0% reactions. Okay, at least 1 or 2% will get some reaction, some fever, something will be there. Okay, so 3 you can eliminate blindly, you can eliminate. Okay, because you are also taking COVID vaccine also, you will know. Now if you see 1 only and 1 and 2 only, so 1 becomes true. Okay, this difficult part, that is meningitis, sepsis, is actually UPSC solves it for you. Okay, now the second statement you have to see. So dependence on this thing, that is the antibiotic resistance which have, meaning most of the bacteria and all now doesn't work, meaning they don't get killed even if antibiotics are given. Okay, so that kind of things can be reduced. So this is actually a true statement, and this is a ICIS direct question also. If you see in full test number 7, pneumococcal conjugate vaccine was launched by government in 2017 for what? So both A and B, and if you see these two exact statements is what is given here. Okay, bacteria that causes pneumonia, meningitis and sepsis. Okay, this is the direct statement. Okay, then reducing the need for antibiotic use in children. Okay, here also it can be reduced. So direct two statements were asked. So if you solve our test series alone, your cutoff is surely reached. Okay, 55 questions out of 100 you will surely solve, whichever general category or whatever you are. 55 is more than enough, and that you will get directly from ICIS test series. That is our guarantee. But you have to study each and every test. Okay, we are giving you this year, we are giving you 100 tests. Okay, in 100 tests there are 10,000 MCQs. So if you had solved each and every question, we are guaranteeing you that you will clear the cutoff. Okay, but most people study just 5-10 tests from ICIS, and then remaining you go behind the brands and other these things, and finally what happens is you will not reach the cutoff, and then after that next year you will come and again enroll for ICIS, and maybe sometimes don't enroll and you even blame us that our test series was not good. So problem is you are not studying. Okay, when something is given, please study and read each and every word. Okay, we are giving you directly from authentic sources. Okay, now next one. Question number 46. In India, the term public key infrastructure. This again, if you read Hindu editorial and newspaper every day, you will know it is something related to the digital world. Okay, the digital India, or anything where digitization or securing the digital thing is there. That is where this public key infrastructure comes into news item. Okay, so digital security infrastructure. So this PKI is a technology for authenticating users and devices in the digital world. The basic idea is to have one or more trusted parties digitally sign the documents, certifying that particular cryptographic key belongs to a particular user. Okay, meaning you are digitally signing and securing something. Okay, so it is a set of roles, policies, hardware, software procedures needed to create, manage, distribute all these things and manage public key encryption. So again, these are all Google things. Okay, so that any kind of questions, detailed question comes, you can use. Okay, in network activities like e-commerce, internet banking, confidential email, everywhere you can use. Mostly that kind of question will come in the future. Okay, It is required for activities where simple passwords are inadequate and you need more authentic confirmation or validity. Okay, so that time you can use this digitization and secure key. Okay. Now, which of the following statements are correct? So this is like 7th standard, 8th standard biology question. Everybody would have studied, but in the exam hall, it is difficult to recall it, okay, in case you didn't study. And for just this one question, I don't recommend you to go and read all your biology textbooks now, okay. Just to one question, you can just skip it in the exam hall. So if you see, plant cell have cell walls, while the animal cells do not have, okay. So they are asking the cell wall, whether plants and animals who have and who don't have. Next one also, if you see, plasma membrane, they are telling plants do not have, but animals have, okay. Then third one, they are telling something called vacuole. So they are telling mature plant cell has one large vacuole, while animal cell have many small vacuoles. Meaning here they're telling both of them have that, but plant have larger one and animals have smaller ones. So this is actually a true statement. Okay. So when you know that, this will go. Okay. Because 3 is needed. Here actually options are given in such a way that one of them, if you eliminate, you will get the answer. Okay. So here if you see, plant cells have cell walls, while animal cells do not have. This is actually a true statement. Okay. Plant cells have a additional cell wall. Okay. But membrane, if you see, membrane they're telling plant cells do not have. This is wrong. Okay. Both of them have a membrane. Okay. So 2 is the one which is wrong. You eliminate 2 everywhere and you get the answers 1 and 3. Now the explanation, if you see, cell is the basic unit of a living organism where all the life processes are carried out. Now plant cells, okay, in addition to the plasma membrane, have another rigid outer covering called the cell wall. Okay, meaning it has cell wall, and it is having an additional thing called the cell wall. Okay, meaning animals don't have it. Okay, so this animal cells do not have is true. Plant cell have cell wall is true. Okay, and it has a membrane also. So the second one, do not have plasma membrane, is wrong. Animal cells and plant cells share the common components of a what is common between animal and plant. Okay, I'm telling you so that next time when they ask, you can tell. Nucleus, cytoplasm, mitochondria, and cell membrane. Okay, so this membrane is there in both the places. Okay, so this is definitely wrong. But plants will have, in addition, cell wall is there. That is the first statement. Chloroplast will be there, and larger vacuole will be there. Meaning both have vacuole, but plants have a larger one. So this is also true. So vacuoles are what? They are storage bubbles found in cells. They are found in both animal and plant cells, but are much larger in plant cells. Vacuoles might store food or any variety of nutrients a cell might need to survive. Okay, because they need to store food like that, it is larger. Okay, so by heart this, there is no other option. Don't go and read the full biology textbook. Whatever is given here, that is enough. Okay, what is common between animals and plants, and what is the extra things which plants have. Okay, a larger vacuole, chloroplast, and cell wall. Okay. Question number 48. Which of the following are the reasons or factors for exposure to benzene pollution? Okay, so benzene pollution, this again is a debatable question. Okay, here everybody were again telling, because as I told, something application or science related, any question where it comes this kind of example, usually everyone will mark as D. Okay, even we had told the answer that time as D, because when you Google, almost everything will come as true. But UPSC's answer key here is 1, 2, and 3. Okay, the answer is given as A in the UPSC answer key for this question, question number 48. So here, if you see now, in our test series, we have given it's used in it comes out of the automobile, the steam powered cars, or this fan cup, fan blade, and all these things where styrene material, styrene gas is used. Okay, styrene is actually vinyl benzene. Okay, so these things we had covered, but again, in Google, if you search automobile, it is true. Tobacco, it is true. Wood burning, it is true. Okay, 1, 2, 3 is definitely there. And varnish wood furniture also in Google, it is true actually. Okay, out of that also benzene can come. Okay, and this one we are not sure. So answer, because it's 1, 2, 3, you have to believe now that these two places, benzene pollution will not be there. These are not the reasons for benzene pollution. Okay, so these are the Google facts again. Automobile and petroleum industry, cigarette smoke and charcoal boiled food, then wood smoke, biggest contributor, then incomplete combustion of coal, oil, and all these things. From there, if you see benzene and this PAH will come out, and wood smoke is the main reason in northern Europe. 70% comes from there. Then benzene, ethyl glycol, or formaldehyde could be released from varnished wooden furniture. Okay, so ideally fourth should be true as per Google fact, but UPSC is telling that as wrong. Okay, so I'm just showing you the facts. And then this polyurethane is a polymer composed of organic unit joined by carbamate. While most of these are thermosetting polymers that do not melt when heated, thermoplastic, these ones are also available. So again, just a description of this thing I gave you, so that in case UPSC ask a detailed question, you should know. Okay, the fifth option. Okay, so here you have to by heart that fourth and fifth is wrong. Okay, as per UPSC. Now, question number 49. If another global financial crisis happens in the near future, which of the following actions or policies are most likely to give some immunity to India? Okay, meaning what will help India during the global financial crisis if it happens. So here one easy option is there, maintaining full capital account convertibility. This is actually wrong, because when the 1997 crisis, the 2008 crisis, all these happened, India was not affected much. Okay, but the Southeast Asian nations like Malaysia, Singapore, everything, Mexico, all these places got too much affected. Okay, because they all had full capital account convertibility, and this is a fact which has been there in the news since that time, and we also have been covering it in our test series, okay, where we explained capital account convertibility in our economics test and also in the full test. So we are not doing it, and it is fully justified in the view of the Mexican crisis and the subsequent East Asian crisis. Okay, capital account convertibility implies the right to transact in financial asset with foreign countries without restrictions. Okay, it's like fully everything allowing. Okay, capital investing in assets and all these things, to and from, money going in and out, that is fully available if capital account is 100% available. But in India, it is only partially convertible. Okay, it's not fully capital account convertible. Okay, so that basic things of economics I cannot teach you here, but you should know. This can definitely not there be in the answer. Okay, because that will never give an immunity. That will actually make your condition worse when a crisis comes. Now one and two only. So this becomes true, not depending on short-term foreign borrowings. Okay, so that is true. Now opening up to more foreign bank. So more foreign bank, if you do, when this kind of crisis comes, their problems also will enter into Indian economy. Okay, so ideally this also should not be there, and answer should be one only. Okay, that is the simplest way I can explain to you. Okay, if Indian government or RBI allows opening of more foreign banks to India, there would be a dangerous scenario where foreign problems also percolate into Indian economy. Okay, this will further increase India's exposure to foreign money and may in fact aggravate the financial crisis. It can cause more problems, so you cannot open more foreign banks, and this full capital account convertible also should not be there. Okay, not depending on the short-term foreign borrowings. That is the true statement. We should not depend on that. Last question. If you withdraw 1 lakh in cash from your demand deposit account at your bank, the immediate effect on aggregate money supply in the economy will be. So this, when you see in exam hall, if you are a weak student who did not prepare basics of economics, this is a very difficult question for you. Okay, because you have no idea what is demand deposit, what is aggregate money supply, when you withdraw what will happen, you have no idea. Okay, but basics of economics, the repo rate, the quantitative thing, or types of money at least. Okay, this is actually question from the types of money. There are 5 types of money: M0, M1, M2, M3, M4, and these are very basics of UPSC economics. Okay, so this in our video lectures also, it's there in free of cost in YouTube. So M0 is a high power money and forms the monetary basis of an economy. M3 includes both demand deposit and time deposit. Money multiplier defined as M3 by M0 has seen slight decline in this thing. So these are application type, that times current affair question. Okay, in the survey budget question it was there. But now what is all this? Okay, M0 is high power money or reserved money, which includes all these things. Okay, the currency in circulation, the banker's deposit with RBI, or the other deposit with RBI. Okay, so this is the M0 one. Now M1 to M4, when you go, what will happen is the liquidity keeps on decreasing. Okay, meaning here it's all money which is in hand kind of thing. Okay, or which can be easily convertible into money. That is currency with the public is one thing. Demand deposit, the DD, okay, with the banking system, that is which you have the current account, your savings account, these kind of things, which easily you can simply go and demand and you will get it. Okay, so these are the M1 money, easily liquidable money. Then M2 is this M1 plus. Okay, M1 is there plus the again the savings deposit which you put in post office savings bank. Okay, here it is in the banks, here it is in the post office savings bank. So this again easily liquidable. Okay, M1 and M2. Now M3 and M4, if you see, it is the same M1 plus time deposit. Time deposit means you put FD. Okay, after a particular time only you can withdraw it. Okay, before that if you take some penalty will be there. So that FD or RD, recurring deposit, fixed deposit, which you put, that is called time deposit. So M1 plus that time deposit in the banking system is M3. Okay, and M4 is M3 plus all the deposits with post office, meaning in the post office also you will put the FD, RD and all that kind of thing. So meaning it is a little more difficult to take it out. Okay, so now M1 is called narrow money, M3 is called broad money. Okay, in economic terms, and M3 is the thing which is called as aggregate money resources. So that is what is UPSC asking, what will be the immediate effect on aggregate money supply? Okay, meaning what will be the immediate effect on M3 if you take out some money from your demand deposit? Okay, if you take out 1 lakh in cash from your demand deposit account at your bank, what is the immediate effect on M3? For that you have to know what is M3. Okay, M3 is M1 plus this. Okay, so now again, if you see one more question where a little more easy it will be for you to understand. Okay, here I am asking which is the common constant of all these money. Okay, this is in our economics test 2. So here I have told M1 is what, M2 is what, M3 is what. So in a simpler way, currency with public plus DD, currency in public with DD in bank plus DD in post office, then currency in public plus DD in bank plus TD, that is time deposit. Okay, so like that. Now we are taking what? We are taking cash from the DD. Okay, you go and withdraw from the bank. That means where it will go? In your hand. And your hand is what? Currency with the public. You are this. Okay. So when you take 1 lakh out of this, it is actually staying in the same bucket only. It is staying within M3 only. That is why the answer is leave it unchanged. Okay. Meaning suppose M3 is 30. Okay. Simply suppose currency with public is 10 rupee. This is 10 rupee and this is 10 rupee. Okay. 10 plus 10 plus 10, 30. Okay. M3 is equal to 30. I'm telling you just a weird example. Now you are withdrawing 10 rupee from this DD. Okay, now where it will go? It will come to your hand, and your hand is what? Currency with public. That means it became 20, this became 0, this became 10. 20 plus 0 plus 10, again 30. So M3, there is no change. Okay, because your money from DD went into your hand only. So it will be left unchanged. Okay, this very basic application question which UPSC asked you for those serious aspirants who learned the basics of what is M1, M2, M3 for money. Okay, which is there in your NCRT class 12th economics also. It is there in Ramesh Singh textbook also, or any YouTube lecture you watch, it will be there. Okay, so these were the questions. Up to 50 we have solved. I'll come up with the next episode. So thank you and have a nice day.